solution are relatively simple.
Are they? Because you're giving a class to nobody. Pre-war book over there. Excuse me. Hi.
I have important work to do, so no time to talk.
Suppose that's fair enough. Oh, here come your students.
I have important work to do, so no time to talk.
Yeah, you all say the same thing. Hello? Well, that's just the person I'm supposed to talk to, isn't it? Look at all these guys with their Fallout 1 like power armor helmets.
Where did you get that eyebot? I've never seen one modified quite like that.
It's pretty modified, isn't it? It's pretty awesome. So, that's their elder. Elder McNamara.
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast this as well.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
Really? I mean, I want to talk to you.
What's up?
I don't have questions.
I was young and I needed the money.
Yes. Yeah, I can't get a follow-up on that.
Let's.
Okay, maybe we're gonna talk about it later. Because I think the quest is completed. Elder McNamara.
When you first came here, I'll admit, I didn't know what to expect. But after giving the matter some thought, I believe an outsider would be of great help to us. I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be granted access to leave this complex. There is much the Brotherhood can offer. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us?
I think I'm trapped in here. I'll help you.
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, you being one of the very few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or to retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing. Up until now, we haven't disclosed this information. I need you to find out what's happened with those 3 patrols.
I think I already found one of your patrols. Both paladins were dead.
This is disheartening news. But perhaps the other 2 patrols may still be alive.
I'll begin looking immediately.
I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape. These holotapes had information regarding their mission, and you can use these to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but the position should show on your map once you reach the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring me each of the holotapes from all 3 patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of our equipment. You still won't be able to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful for you.
Yeah, prohibited stuff is probably only energy weapons and whatnot. That's good stuff.
Found the missing patrols, or was there something else on your mind?
Oh yeah, I've only found one of them so far. Both paladins were dead.
This is disheartening news. Please see me as soon as you found the others.
No, but...
Found the missing patrols?
No, I was hoping to speak with you about other matters.
I can spare a little time. What did you want to talk about?
Tell me about the lockdown.
It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we should stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area. Also, we now only have half the number we did at Helios. So, The lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be certain death.
How do you get supplies?
We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what's required. We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection.
And that's how Veronica was let in, because she is actually one of the scouts, and yeah, that makes sense. What is that? What is with that crazy sandstorm on the surface?
It serves as a camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners.
Okay, goodbye.
We'll talk later.
We will. We have plenty of things to talk about. But first, let me look at your... Actually, let me look at your, It's just a place. It's got a pulpit. A map of the wasteland. So, that up there is the strip. And you can easily tell... Remember how we looked at the map? That is the strip. That is the McCarran, Camp McCarran over there. And there's a blockade over there that forces you to go around to get into the strip through there, rather. And that is the house. That over there we haven't been to, but those are the boomers. And then over here, oh, we haven't been there either, and we definitely have to go. That is the Black Mountain. And then over there, that's Repcon testing site. Repcon Actual is up there, I think. Is that the dam? I think that's the dam. That's Hoover Dam over there. Yeah. That's all the info they have. Oh, can I go back here? That'd be kind of interesting if I could go. I can cheat my way in if I want to. Oh! Y'all don't mind?
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through Head Scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
Good intentions don't justify marching the Brotherhood to its death.
No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind.
You think the Elder will listen at all?
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
So, what is it you're trying to accomplish?
That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legion's. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members.
How would you propose to do that?
Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
You mentioned Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually a note. No. That is a quest. Access Father Elijah's notes. Yeah, let's head out.
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
Yeah. I wonder if she ever had a power armor. Being a scout or basically a trader. Oh, what is this? No, it's the desk. I was like, I can take things from there? Nope, it's just the desk. And I assume this is the Elder's room. There's a small destroyed book on his desk. I am not 100% sure what went through the minds of the level designers in Fallout 3 and in this game as well to use the destroyed books as they do, because they use it as literal, actual books that they can work with, and...
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
Why should I trust you?
Why should you trust the Elder? I'd recommend listening to both of us, and choosing whom to trust for yourself. So are you willing to listen?
I am. You said whom, where you should, and that's... yeah.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years. And those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by. And many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
What about Veronica? She seems to come and go as she pleases.
Veronica's a special case. She handles the procurement of supplies. If we didn't let her and those like her back in, we'd all starve. If the Elder could manage it, he'd shut them out as well. And all in the name of security. Which is why we need to replace him.
Have you tried bringing this up with the Elder yourself?
Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open-door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us strong. And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced.
And I suppose you'd nominate yourself?
I would. I'm the senior-most paladin in the chapter, and have more combat experience than any two others here put together. I'd gladly support another candidate, but no one has the courage to step forward and make the attempt, so it falls to me. I would put this chapter back on the right path, if I could just assume leadership.
How do you propose to do that?
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
What do I get out of helping you?
If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough?
I'll see what I can do.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Will do.
Hardin?
I hope you've been practicing your drills, Veronica. It's dangerous outside.
She doesn't even answer.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
What do you mean?
Sorry about that. Just
What?
because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who the heck were they? Are you sure?
What's up?
Yeah, I don't think I can ask anything about that. Wow. So, hello. We haven't seen Ibn yet. Hi, it's you. Ibsen, that's the one. It's got a lot of computers in here. Lots of computers.
Don't work too hard there, Ibsen.
Yes.
Oh, it's fun to do this with Veronica. She talks to everybody and has surprise things. Stanton is just going about doing his Stanton things. Hi.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell. It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is.
Something's wrong?
Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment.
What? Need any help?
I could use some assistance, sure, but I highly doubt you have the technical background to help us deal with this virus.
Oh, I think I might have a virus, you say?
Yeah, some pre-war jackass with too much time on his hands apparently decided to inflict his misery on those around him. It's scrambling all the terminals here at the moment. Luckily, we only use this section for storing historical data.
Anything I can do to help?
I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of eyes on this. Maybe you'll be able to come up with something coming at it fresh. While the entire system is infected, the virus itself is spread across 3 terminals. The problem is that it keeps moving periodically. We'll have it nailed down in a terminal or 2, only to have it jump to another set of terminals before we locate the 3rd.
I'm gonna need... maybe I'll try another time.
I'm almost out of ideas, so you'd be more than welcome to.
Eddie? Eddie. Give me your magazines. I want... Oh, I have a bunch of Programmer's Digest. That's pretty awesome, actually. I didn't realize. Okay.
Did you want to try isolating the virus?
I do, but I want some I want to ask you a few questions.
I suppose I could take a small break, but I can only spare a little time. Ask away.
What do you think of Hardin trying to get McNamara dismissed? Ooh, this is a... I'm just saying this. Apparently that's common knowledge?
I don't have time to think about silly things like politics right now. My main concern right now is getting this blasted data store up and running.
What kind of information is in the data store?
Oh, all kinds of things. There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest.
So about the virus.
Yes, did you have an idea that might help us?
Yeah, can the virus's files be partitioned so read access is only provided by the kernel administrator?
What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us seal a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move.
What do I need to do?
You'll need to locate it on 3 different terminals in this area in 1 minute. Any longer and it'll jump, and you'll have to start all over. Locating the virus would probably be nearly impossible, but the pompous little bastard that wrote it made things a little easier for us. Normally, terminals infected by the virus just display gibberish, but we found that terminals the virus moved to had some real data passed to them. We were able to decrypt the data and discovered that it was just messages from the virus's writer taunting his victims. When you find terminals with those messages, lock them down and move on. Find 3 of them before the virus jumps, and we'll wipe the damn thing.
It's a really interesting thing, the way the virus is portrayed here. It's a very 80s and 90s style of virus, honestly. And even the 2000s already had, or still had, rather, viruses like this. 2010 don't do that at all. People these days just think of viruses as ransomware, as bit miners. They're almost exclusively meant to gain some profit for the people who distribute the viruses, and of course adware and all that sort of stuff. With the rise of the internet, I think even by the time. No, I think in 2012 there were already a lot. No, I mean there's been adware for 20 years now, but like it is a lot more common now. It used to be more common that there were viruses, just goofy viruses with funny words, or just changing the background and stuff like that to a funny image or maybe a gross image, whatever. And that used to be more common back when, well, back before the internet really became widespread. Mostly because viruses tend to be, well, I was gonna say they tend to be discovered by people who work closely with the companies. They do get discovered by the companies themselves and people who work closely with the companies, but they wouldn't do the viruses themselves, and they would release them. Although there are stories with that. What I'm saying is, It's a very 2000s, very 1990s thing that the virus is just funny words from the author. Viruses are very different in the decade following this game's release. And they were already starting to be different by the time this game got released, but yeah. I'll give it a try then.
Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. Oh, and I'll keep track of when it jumps for you. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin.
Okay. Okay.
Hey.
Shh. We're maximizing our chances.
The virus just jumped. Find what...
Okay. Access data store. That's nothing.
terminals it went to.
Partition virus, we got it. The clock is ticking. Did you see that? Okay.
10 seconds.
Yeah. So the good thing... There it is. Have you found the other two hosts yet? Okay. The good thing is... Okay, yeah, this is a bad one. Man. Once we find it... That 10 seconds is anything but 10 seconds.
Damn, it's jumped.
Once we find it, it stays there
We
forever.
might have had it that time.
Because of that science check.
Did you want to try isolating the virus?
Virus? Let's do it. Aha, suckers, catch me if you can. And then we got it.
That's it. We got it.
Ooh.
The virus has been purged. You actually did it. If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling it off. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. Please feel free to access the data store at your leisure. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified topics, but it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah. How do I get access to more topics in the data store?
Well, you'd have to get a senior-level member of the chapter to unlock a topic for you. I've given you access to what I can, but that's not much. The majority of topics fall under Ramos's aegis, since they'd constitute a security risk. Good luck getting anything out of him. You might have better luck with another member of the senior staff. Try talking to them about it.
Maybe. Now that the data store is fixed, what do you think of Hardin trying to get McNamara dismissed?
I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Don't change your voice at me. So now we have access to all of the things. Hi.
Every day we come one step closer to reclaiming the glory of the past.
She says that, but, well, I guess you get closer, every day you get closer to your death as well. Every breath you draw is one fewer. Let's see what we have over here. Bunker information. Hidden Valley for the goals. The goal of the Hidden Valley project is to create a self-sustaining shelter for high-ranking VIPs that can serve as a command structure in times of crisis. The bunker itself is located several hundred feet below the surface. Multiple layers of reinforced materials serve to prevent a breach of the inhabitable areas by anything save for a direct hit by a bunker-busting weapon utilizing a megaton considered outside the capabilities of America's closest competitors. That's all one sentence. My God, that is so much sentence in there. In the event that our enemies become capable of such an attack, the bunker's dervish camouflaging system makes targeting the site impossible for automated systems, forcing aggressors to rely on guesswork and sheer luck. Or also sheer power of nuke that thing. The Hidden Valley bunker relies on two main systems. The Kendall fusion power system provides power to all bunker systems. Built more for reliability and duration of service, the power output of the system has been exceeded by many current designs, but it can supply the bunker with power for an estimated 752 years. The Dervish camouflage system provides visual and electronic interference to prevent airborne and long-range enemy weapons from targeting the bunker. The normal soil around Hidden Valley has been... has been supplemented with a combination of aluminum and various silicates, which are then dispersed using a widespread network of industrial fans to blanket the area in a cloud of what is essentially chaff. Combined with the electronic countermeasures of the nearby array at Black Mountain, The bunker at Hidden Valley is effectively impossible to target. So Black Mountain is related to this bunker over here, which it also explains why it's marked on the map. So that was the systems overview. And I guess that's all we have. As well as the freaking run-on sentences that almost murder me. That was I've rarely done something like what I did with that sentence and read it until I didn't have anything else in my lungs to talk. And, yeah. Anyway, I'm a silly person. Hi. This is where you do the scribing?
Hello, outsider.
Hello. What, do you want to talk to me?
The loss of Helios was terrible, but this bunker is a wonder of its own.
I mean, it's true. Oh, it's Lorenzo.
You're the one with that robot. I was hoping you'd bring him my way. Pretty impressive piece of hardware. I can't say that I've seen anything quite like him before.
I've heard some information from its logs. It sounds like it's carrying some Enclave data.
Really? What kind of logs? What kind of data does he have on it?
Its logs spoke about Enclave Duraframe research and Poseidon Energy research.
Did you say Poseidon Energy? I've been researching some Poseidon projects here. Do you think you could leave your robot with me for a few days? I have some materials that I can use to upgrade his armor while he's here.
Okay, you can have Eddie for a little bit.
This is excellent news. I'll send him back to you soon.
Please do. And make sure you don't lose any of his equipment, otherwise I'm gonna have to kill you. You have lost Eddie's enhanced sensors perk. And a jammed minigun. I can't even repair it, I can just steal it.
How may I assist you?
There's broken stuff all over the place. Broken laser rifle. So a few days. Well, we're gonna have a nap. Because we're waiting for that. This is the VR. This is the VR training modules. But they don't open. Which is kind of interesting because they open in Fallout 3. There's like a location where you find them. Well, actually, there's 2 locations where you find them. But the other one is in a DLC. It's kind of similar to this as well. Hi. Excuse me.
Yeah?
Yeah, your voice was not like that before. I don't know what you were gonna say, but what's with all the computers?
It's our virtual reality training hall. We don't really go out all that often anymore, so this is how we stay sharp.
Oh, you said anymore before. Did the Brotherhood used to go out more?
Yeah, we used to go out a lot more back when we were at Helios Station. I mean, never mind. You didn't hear that, okay? I'm not supposed to talk about this in front of outsiders.
Shouldn't you be in school or something?
What do you mean by shouldn't I be in school? You see, I'm not like the other kids here. This probably won't make sense to an outsider. We all have to take a mandatory VR combat test. It helps us train for combat situations. Turns out, I received the highest marks out of everyone in my class. In fact, Head Scribe Taggart actually asked that I get transferred for VR specialist training, so I'm his assistant now. I don't need to go to school anymore. But I do miss hanging out with all the other kids. It's all serious here. Everyone's older than me, and they treat me like I'm a little kid. But at least I get to skip all these boring lectures, right?
Tell me about yourself.
Well, just like everyone here, I grew up in the Brotherhood. My dad was a scribe, and my mom was a paladin.
Are your parents here somewhere?
They both died at Helios 1. So, ever since then, the Brotherhood brought me in, and they're my family now.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you miss your parents? I'm also sorry to ask this, but I am gonna ask it.
Well, it happened about 5 years ago. I still remember what happened. You know, sometimes I wish I could take things back. I remember I got into this pretty huge argument with my dad. I didn't know it would be the last day I'd ever see him again. He'd always tell me everything was gonna be alright, but... it wasn't alright. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Is there anything else you wanted to know?
No, I suppose that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hardly notice that lazy eye anymore, Watkins.
Still hiding that hair of yours, Veronica?